Amber Thrasher. I am a 1211 special education teacher. I'm going to be talking about some of the dispositions that I feel I have as an educator, and some of the ones that I feel are most important to me that make me the most successful educator. And I'm also going to talk about what it's like to be a professional educator and how they should behave. So, while I was looking at the dispositions self assessment survey, one of the dispositions that I noticed was more important to me was that educators should promote social justice and equity. So, one of the things that I think that means to me as an educator is that um, I think that a good educator advocates for their students. So, when I'm a second year teacher now, but when I did my first year teaching, I was also student teaching at the time. So we went by the APBR guidelines for New York State as student teachers. And one of the aspects that I got highly effective on was advocating for my students. And that was another attribute that I got highly effective on for my actual APPR at the end of the school year. So I taught 811 behavioral adjustment, and my goal for my students was to promote them and get them from a segregated setting to a Gen Ed mainstream setting. And my goal for them was to get them back in general education because I was taught that Gen Ed and inclusion is best practice. So that is something that I pushed for the entire school year. I was able to send 2 of my students back to district, and all of the rest of my students at the end of the year are in a mainstreaming class. Um, so I still think that way. I'm in a 1211 setting, and I do teach a mainstream setting right now. So my goal for those students is to get them back into general education. Another disposition that I thought was really important as a teacher was to um, to have a commitment and a passion for teaching. Um, I was at school, for example, yesterday until 7:30. I I am scheduled till 3 o'clock, but we had open house, so I didn't leave. There's always stuff to do. So when I talk to people or when I have a conversation, it's always around teaching, and that's my passion. Like, that's what I want to do for 25 years. I want to be a classroom teacher. I don't want to be a special education teacher that pushes in or pulls out. Like, I want to be in the classroom all of the time. Um, I've also thought about being an administrator, and like I said, I just want to be in the classroom all the time. So I really think that those 2 attributes are the most important as an educator. It's A, to have passion, and B, to advocate, because if you are not passionate about teaching, then you are not passionate about the students. And I think advocating and passion go hand in hand.